He wasn't expecting anything that day. The sky was overcast, his thoughts were heavy, and his routine seemed the same as any other. But something invisible had already changed. Without knowing it, at that very moment, a movement began to form around him, silent, precise, intense. An energy flow was about to invade his reality, and everything he had been asking for in silence for so long would finally be answered. This story isn't just about him. It's about you. Because if you're here now, listening to these words, something similar has already begun in your life. The energy of manifestation has been activated, and it doesn't matter what your eyes are seeing. What matters is what is already vibrating in your field. Can you feel it? The slight change in the air? A kind of presence that can't be explained, but that you recognize? Speech balloon comment now. I am ready to receive. Round push pin, write it down from where you're watching. The vibrational field is spreading. There's a force that precedes events. It doesn't depend on your logic or the time on clocks. This force responds to another language, that of inner permission. And the truth is that however distant it may have seemed, you finally allowed it. The universe doesn't act in a hurry, but it's never late either. And when your vibration finds the right time, the answer doesn't come in parts. It comes in full. What's on its way isn't a favor. It's a confirmation. For years, you may have thought that it wasn't time, that something was still missing, that you needed to try harder. But what no one told you is that abundance is not achieved through effort. You allow it. And now, permission has been given. You've made space. You let go of what no longer served you. And even without realizing it, you began to send out a new signal. And that signal was heard. Today is not just another day. Today is a turning point. A portal has opened, and with it a new possibility to live in tune with what is yours by origin. Prosperity is not a luxury. It is an expression of the source. And when you align with it, everything flows. The blessings that are on their way don't just come to relieve the weight of the past. They come to establish a new foundation, a new way of existing, a new you. You weren't born to chase. You were born to attract. And now that your field is clear, reality begins to respond. Perhaps the amount hasn't arrived in the account yet, but the signal has already been given. The order has been issued. The energy has started to move. And where there is vibrational movement, sooner or later there is materialization. Cyclone, if you felt that, enjoy this video. It reinforces your reception vibration. Many people are trapped in the idea that they need to do more to deserve more. But the universe doesn't work with merit based on effort. It works with vibrational coherence. When your inner self truly vibrates with what you want, the field opens up. And that's exactly what you've achieved now. You're not here by chance. This message found you because your field attracted it. And it carries an essential reminder. You don't have to force it. You need to allow the good, allow growth, allow abundance, and more than that, allow the lightness of living without the constant weight of struggle. Yes, it is possible to prosper with peace. It is possible to have money and serenity, to have resources and love, to have fulfillment without guilt. The idea that prosperity must be accompanied by suffering is a program, and you're ready to break it. Because the time has come when you no longer fight to survive. You flow to live. And the universe has already recognized you on this new frequency. $280 million. That's the number that resonates in your field right now. Not as something that comes from outside, but as something that has been coded internally. This number is symbolic. It represents the size of the flow that is approaching. And more than that, it represents how much you are ready to sustain. You're not just receiving a blessing. You are becoming the kind of person who can hold, expand, and share that blessing. Glowing Star, declare out loud. I am a free channel for universal abundance. I receive and multiply with awareness. These words are not decorative phrases. They are energetic commands. Every time you say them with intention, Your field reorganizes itself. The reality that previously seemed stuck begins to loosen. Energy that was previously blocked begins to circulate. What was previously repeated as a pattern of scarcity begins to break down. And all because you have repositioned yourself. You vibrate differently now. You walk differently. You speak differently. Because something inside you has woken up. And when that happens, there's no going back to the old way. That's the turning point. And it has already begun. Over the next few days, don't be surprised if unexpected situations arise. An invitation, a phone call, a sum of money released, a debt forgiven, an alternative route, a reunion. It's all part of the wave of realignment. You are being repositioned, and each new event will be a piece falling into place. Trust the process. Don't doubt it, even when it seems out of the ordinary. The universe knows what it's doing. It knows you better than you realize, and it knows exactly when things are going to happen. Now, all it expects from you is that you remain receptive. The new has arrived, and it wants to be welcomed. From the moment you accept the possibility, the universe begins to accelerate its paths. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed it. This is the key that almost nobody uses. Most people try to conquer through pressure, when in reality, everything moves through surrender. You got here not by chance, but because your vibrational field was already sending out this request. And even without realizing it, something in you was already telling the universe, I'm ready. And that readiness opened up a space, a silent but powerful portal, where energy that couldn't find its way through before now circulates freely. Abundance is organizing itself. The flow is finding direction. The answer is being forwarded. But beware, the most delicate phase is not the waiting. It's the moment before the arrival. That's when the mind tries to sabotage you, when fear whispers, when old thoughts try to regain control. And that's why you need to stand firm. Speech balloon comment now. I stay in the flow. Round pushpin, write down where you're from. The collective vibration strengthens the field for all of us. Manifestation doesn't depend on excessive effort. It depends on internal consistency. And you've already proven that you're in that place. Now it's time to sustain it. The energy that is approaching you carries specific codes: resolution, repair, provision, and repositioning. This won't just be a one-off improvement. It will be a basic transformation. The money that is coming doesn't just come to settle accounts. It comes to affirm a new era, a new level, a new history. But the universe doesn't deliver promises without structure. It delivers destinies to those who are ready to sustain them. And you are being watched, not in judgment, but in care. Life wants to make sure that when this abundance arrives, it finds a ready, mature, awake environment. And that environment is your heart. Cyclone, enjoy this video if you feel the presence of this truth. Your action vibrates in the field. You've been through trials, silent but real, moments when everything seemed dark, and yet you chose to keep the faith. Situations in which no one saw you, but you decided to carry on. This energy, invisible to human eyes, is clearly seen by the universe. Nothing was in vain. Every pain not only had purpose, it had value. It built up a sacred resistance in you. And now, that resistance is becoming a magnetic field. You are attracting what once seemed distant. $280 million. That number is still vibrating. It carries more than figures. It symbolizes the power of manifestation when it is sustained by conviction. And now, this energy is already active in your field. You don't need to understand how. You just need to stay clean, light, and available. Surrender never comes where there is confusion. It manifests where there is clarity. So if there are any cloudy areas left, release them. Internal confusion stops the flow. Old hurts drain energy, and the new needs space. This is the purification stage. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Feel everything that is still weighing you down, and speak quietly. I release what no longer serves me. The energy that is on its way demands space, not for imposition, but for harmony. You may think you've done everything you can, but there is one thing you may still need to do: forgive. Not just of others, but of yourself. Yes, you deserve forgiveness too. For sabotaging yourself, for limiting yourself, for believing lies about yourself. Today is the day to let it go. Forgiveness is the last key that opens the door to abundance. Glowing stars, say it now with intention. I forgive myself. I release myself. I receive the new. These words have power because they come from a deep place. They're not just statements, they're permissions. And by allowing yourself, you activate everything. The energy of scarcity cannot live with awakened consciousness. It simply dissolves. And that's what's happening to you now. The old structure is crumbling, and that's a good thing. The discomfort you may feel is just a sign that the new is coming. Space is being created, and soon it will be filled. Don't be alarmed by the signs. Sometimes things need to move to make room for what is greater. Apparent chaos can be the beginning of reordering. Stay at peace, steady, centered. The vibration you sustain is what commands what comes. And right now, your vibration is saying to the universe, I am ready. You don't have to shout, just sustain. The field understands silence when it carries certainty. Now, something important, start acting like you've already received. Not in the sense of spending ahead of time, but in the way you think, feel, and position yourself. Align your attitudes with a new cycle. Organize your finances. Finalize pending items. Donate something. Write down your next steps. Visualize. Celebrate. Abundance recognizes coherent actions, and it moves faster when it finds a ready environment. Over the next few days, be attentive. The field will respond with signs, words, numbers, people, encounters. It will all make sense. Everything will be confirmation. You'll feel a strange synchronicity, as if the pieces are falling into place effortlessly. Because they are. And that's just the beginning. Delivery is near. But more than that, you're different. What's coming will be big. But what has already happened inside you is even bigger. You are no longer the one who started this journey. Now you walk with clarity, with wisdom, with unhurried faith. And the universe recognizes this. So end this moment by declaring, my reality is ready to receive everything that belongs to me. Abundance is welcome, and I am grateful for it. Gratitude is the final seal. It confirms that you trust, and the universe responds precisely. Everything begins to reveal itself as the mind quiets down, when despair gives way to trust, when fear bows before silent certainty. It is at this point that the universe finds an opening, not through force, but through surrender. And now you've reached that point. The field has been prepared. The signals have been released. And what was once just an inner vibration begins to take shape in the outside world. The layers of reality move. The invisible comes closer. The plan is revealed. You're no longer waiting. You are receiving. The universe doesn't operate on empty promises. It moves with precision, responding to authentic frequencies. And the frequency you're holding now isn't that of someone who wants it. It's that of someone who is already aligned, already preparing. You're already grateful. And that's what transforms everything. Speech balloon comment. My reception has begun. Round pushpin and write down from which country or city you are receiving this message. This vibration is traveling the world, and your presence matters. The miracle is on the move. The energy is in transit. And even if your eyes haven't seen it yet, your spirit has already recognized it. You feel it, and it's not imagination. It's a real perception that something is adjusting, reorganizing, moving closer. The codes that supported limitations are being deactivated, and in their place, New vibrational keys are being activated. Favor, fullness, freedom. These frequencies don't just resolve, they redesign. Now is the time for tangible manifestation. And it will come not as an isolated gesture, but as a series of events that confirm the universe is in your favor. But before it fully arrives, there is something essential to understand. Every major transformation requires a kind of emotional alignment that goes beyond expectation. It requires stability. Stability in feeling. Stability in believing. Stability in acting. So if you feel that the miracle has not yet touched your physical reality, don't doubt. Strengthen it. Feed the right vibration with your thoughts, your breathing, and your attitude. Cycle on like this video if you're on this frequency. Your action vibrates in a collective field. Imagine for a moment that everything that seemed impossible is now available. You just need to be compatible with this new reality. And compatibility starts with identity. You need to see yourself as worthy, not just desirous, but deserving. Not just a dreamer, but prepared. Not just hoping, but walking. Because abundance is not a fluke. It's a choice, a reflection of what you decide to hold as your truth. And now, your truth has changed. You see yourself differently. And that's what changes everything. Those 280 million are not just a figure. They are an energetic confirmation, a symbol of what is released when a consciousness awakens, a sign of what is available when the spirit aligns with a greater purpose. This amount does not represent ostentation. It represents expression. It expresses what you will need to carry, distribute, influence. Because you're not just being blessed, you're being entrusted to multiply, to redirect, to build new paths from what you receive. And that's why blessing comes with awareness. The universe never delivers something great to those who are still trapped in resentment, comparisons, or emotional scarcity. It gives it to those who have cleared the field. And you have. Glowing stars say it now. I am compatible with the divine flow. I welcome the responsibility of abundance. These words activate another level. They communicate to the universe that you are not asking out of desperation, but receiving with maturity. And this maturity is what guarantees permanence. Because it's not enough to receive. You have to maintain it. And it's not enough to maintain. You have to expand. Now, an essential question: what will you do with what is coming? This answer is what defines your journey. You weren't called to repeat patterns. You were called to break them. You're not here to survive. You're here to influence, to manifest light where there was once fear, to inspire, to build bridges where there were once walls. This is the role of one who is visited by blessings of this level. And the universe has already recognized this role in you. You may not see yourself that way yet, but it does. And when the source sees, it releases. The release has already begun. Over the next few days, you can look forward to something new. It could be an unexpected call, an offer, a refund, a gift, a reconnection, a forgotten value being unlocked, a favor coming out of nowhere. Don't question the mode. Honor the movement, because the miracle doesn't need to follow a script. It just needs space, and you gave it that space. That's why you'll notice something now. Your life will start to look different, even without any concrete changes yet. Peace will be more constant. Gratitude will arise spontaneously, and the little signs will multiply. This is the field being filled. It's the response coming before the materialization. When this field is complete, surrender happens. So cultivate this atmosphere. Protect your frequency. Avoid useless discussions, distractions that drain, content that confuses. Be aware of the quality of your vibration, because it is the ground where the new will be born. Speech balloon comment again if you feel in your heart. My ground is fertile for the miracle. The universe reads this as permission, and it doesn't need much to act. A single opening is enough. And you didn't just open it. You opened it. Now it's time to see yourself with the eyes of the source, as someone chosen, not by ego, but by preparation. You have passed through darkness without getting lost. You walked through scarcity without corrupting your soul. You chose to trust, even when everything around you said otherwise. And now, reality answers. Yes, your money has arrived. And it came like rain after a drought. It came as an answer after silence. It came as a balm after the struggle. But more than that, it has arrived as part of a new phase in your life. You're being repositioned, and everything that seemed disorganized is now starting to make sense. Doors that were locked open, connections that seemed lost are restored, opportunities that seemed distant come closer, and confidence that was fragile becomes rock. You now walk with a different attitude. You know you're not alone. You understand that it was never bad luck. It was construction. It was never punishment. It was preparation. And now that the preparation is over, the provision begins. It's as simple as that. Speak firmly, truthfully. I'm ready to sustain the new cycle. And then allow yourself to experience the unexpected. The last piece has been fitted. The last key has been turned. The door is open. And the universe is saying, Come in, this is yours.